bright day in Asian city of Abeokuta. Of course, the 8th of October 2024. Of course, a new day, a bright afternoon. Of course, welcome you all to Nstv Lagos. So, of course, we'll be talking about some topical issues when it comes to Nigeria. Of course, on the program, journalists explain this. Of course, my name is Stephen Ajayi. And of course, I'm only here in the studio. I'm here with the co-host also in the studio with me right there. And of course, we'll be talking about the topical issues when it comes to journalists. That's why it's called Journalists Explain This. Of course, stay tuned. Don't forget you can watch us live on YouTube, Nstv Lagos, Facebook, Nstv Lagos, and all other social media. Like I said recently, I'm not only here in the studio, I'm here with my co-host. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, colleagues. My name is Abiola Bello.
All right, and wonderfully, we have when it comes to the expertise, when it comes to experience of journalists, when it comes to what the term means, journalists talk about NUG. Definitely, we have in the studio the former, would I call it, the former NUG chairman of the state, Ogun State. Of course, is in the studio with us, and we would be dialoguing on some of the topic today. And of course, let's welcome Mr. Wole Shokunbi. He has been the past NUG chairman of the state. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
All right, we have him in the studio, and definitely he has a lot to talk about when it comes to NUG. And come to talk of it, a lot of asked that, okay, what is NUG? A lot of people have begun to know NUG for a very long time, but the real meaning, why is this union being formed? What is at the essence of this particular NUG? Of course, a lot of people, you might have party journalists, or you are not in journalists, but you have come across NUG. Definitely, you'll be here to give us some of the terms. My first question to you, sir, talking about NUG as a union, let us know what this NUG comprises of.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, viewers. My name is Comrd Wole Shokunbi, former secretary twice, former chairman twice in NUG. That's from 2006 to 2019 at the stretch. Before you become a state leader, you have to start from your chapel. I'm from the Ministry of Information. I was also secretary and chairman from my chapel. But before the Ministry of Information, I started journalism from Guardian and Sketch newspapers. Before I ventured into, let me move up, let me come back to my state.
Sketch in Badon.
Yes, Sketch in Badon. I joined Sketch in 1997. I joined Guardian in 1995. But I started journalism in Abeokuta, in a community newspaper called Magnet newspaper, owned by the former governor of Ogun State, Chief Nuj Forthcoming. Yes, back to the question. NUG. NUG is Nigeria Union of Journalists that was formed in the 70s. NUG was formed in the Federal Ministry of Information in Lagos. So what is a NUG is a union. It's a union where practicing journalists join. It's not only a union, we are also a professional and industrial union. Because as the fourth estate of the realm, as journalists, there must be a union that will regulate the practice of journalism or journalists in Nigeria. So NUG as a union, journalism as a profession, they are different entirely. You might be practicing journalism, yes. You went to, let's say you go to school offering mass communication journalism, like we have NIJ in Ogba, Nigeria Institute of Journalism, Ogba. Or you, let's say you have your OND or HND in Mapoli, formerly Ogun Poly, or any of the universities where you have mass comm. You might be practicing in a media organization. You may not be willing to join the union. But the union has an advantage because the union serves as guide. It serves as shield to journalists, to practicing journalists. God forbid, anything can happen. Where is your professional union? And I don't have a you're on your own. But if you are a professional union, yes, they are the one that will defend and take care of your own issue. So that is a different thing entirely. A NUJ is a profession. Journalism is a career. Yes. Where you can practice your journalism either in a state-owned media, federal, or a private media organization.
All right, before we continue on our discourse this particular afternoon, let's really go for this short commercial break. Welcome back. It's still Journalists Explain This on Nstv, and of course we are discussing about the Nuj Forthcoming and National Delegates Conference. Of course, the matter arises. If you're just tuning in, of course, it's still Nstv Lagos, and of course, he has expatiated when it comes to a difference between when you're practicing journalism, of course, being in the union so far. Okay, now away from the union, of course, you've actually given us some of the hints. Now, tell us something about the forthcoming elections coming up on November 28th.
Thank you very much. The NUJ election is a national election. It's not a chapel election or a state election. But those that will participate, they are called delegates, who are drawn from chapels, according to the revised constitution of NUJ as amended in 2023 in Kano. It is going to be one delegate per chapel. So it's a national election that is coming up in November, between 26th of November to 28th of November. The arrival 26, departure 28, the election 27. Yes, the outgoing CWC, we call it Central Working Committee members, led by the outgoing president of NUJ. This is how the structure is at the national level. You know, we have chapels. We have chapels in the states. Like we have OGBC, OGTV, Federal Information, State Information, Correspondence, yes. Then we have one umbrella body in the state. That is the State Council. That is where all the chapels. Yes. After that, we have the zone. We have 6 zones in NUJ. We have the North Central, Northeast, Northwest, Southwest, Southeast, and South-South. Out of that, they are going to contest for 2 positions in each of the zone in this forthcoming National Delegate Conference. There will be Vice President and the Zonal Secretary. After that, the national. There will be elections for the National President, Deputy National President. No election for National Secretary because the Secretary is a paid staff of NUJ and with all the secretarial staff. After that, we move to the National Treasurer, National Financial Secretary, and the National Internal Auditor. So these are the elections that will be held. It is not the election of the state councils. So it's coming up in November 28th in Imo State. Imo State. But there is an issue. Because when we went to Abia in 2021, the election took place in October 7. Because it's a 3 years tenure. 2021 to 2024, which means the election was held in October. But the president called a NEC meeting. A NEC is the second highest decision making in NUG. The highest decision making in NUG is the National Delegate Conference, where we are going. It holds every year, every 3 years, where we elect national officers of the union. But NEC is a second decision policy making of the union. He called NEC, not physical NEC, virtual NEC, where the tenure that was supposed to end in October 6 was shifted to, because I will not use the word elongation, because I'm not a lawyer or a judge, shifted to November 28 this year. So almost 2 months after. What does that mean? It means the NJ constitutions, which we all swore to adult, has been violated. So some people went to court challenging the illegality. Or I said maybe don't let me call it illegality, the constitutional breaches of the NUJ president. So they went to court, industrial court, because industrial court is in charge of unions. We can't go to regular court, it's industrial court, to challenge that constitutional breaches. So we are here now, because by constitution, the tenure of these outgoing CWC members has expired on Sunday. So that is where we are. But when the tenure was extended, the president inaugurated electoral committee that will oversee the affairs to conduct the election, to the national election. The forms were rolled out. Interested aspirants, members collected forms, nomination forms for different positions, and submissions are submitted at stipulated time. The first screening has been held, has been done. Where some people have been disqualified, but this is the period we have for claims and objections. For those who have anything against those who have not been disqualified, or those who have been disqualified, where you have to appeal why you should not be disqualified from the race. Then by October 22nd, the final list will be out. So that by October 22nd again, the campaign starts in earnest, which means we are having just only 5 weeks to campaign all over the country, because including FCT Abuja. We have to go to all the 37 councils. The problem is not even to talk of money. The issue of money is secondary, but the issue of insecurity is important. So people have been proposing, why not online campaign? You know, Nigeria is advancing every day. So we should also engage also to queue. So it's another discussion for another day. Because when you are moving around, even within your state, you have to be very careful. Talk less of going to all the 37 councils in Nigeria. This is where we are about the forthcoming National Delegate Conference of our great union.
Thank you very much, Comrade Wole Shokunbi. You have already told us a lot concerning the conference. So, but I just want to come back to the issue of journalism. Journalists that want to come into the union. You know, you said it's not compulsory, but it is good as a form of shield. So what are the things that the journalist must do, or things that the journalist has to do if you want to come in to the union?
Thank you very much. Yes, as a young journalist, yes, I just finished from Polytechnic or Institute of Journalism or University. I'm a graduate of Mass Communication of Journalism. Immediately when you are working, because the constitution stipulates it, to be a member, you must have worked for at least 12 good months, 12 calendar months to be a member. So let's say now I finished from Oshun Polytechnic Mapoli with HND. Now I'm now working in the Ministry of Information or OGBC. There is a chapel there. You will just join the chapel. Then the chapel will now refer your name to the State Council. As you are attending the meetings of the chapel, activities of the chapel, they will also be giving you the highlights, the activities in the State Council. There are meetings on regular basis where you also be attending. Because, as I said, it is not compulsory you be a member of a union, but it's very, very important because of the shield it serves for us, then because of the connection and the experience you will have as a union. Because when you are practicing, there is what we call the tenets of the profession. As we have been taught in school, you also face it on the field. You have to report objectively. You have to speak the truth. Even the mode of dressing when you are attending assignments is part of what it entails to be a member of the union. It's very, very compulsory. But when you have joined the union from your chapel level, for any position in the union, you must start from your chapel where you joined. So what I mean is that to be a member of a graduate of mass communication, and we have changed the constitution. Okay. This is the constitution that was enacted in Benin City 2011. I was there when we enacted it. What changes here? What is here is that to be a member, you must have at least OND. Or you might have been practicing journalism before 1992. That is before the first constitution was enacted by the Registrar of Trade Union in 1992. That is, you must have been practicing before 5 years before 1990, that is 1987. Or you must have an OND. Okay. But now it has changed. This is a new constitution that was amended. This is a new constitution that was amended in Kano State, January 2023. In Kano State, January 2023. So this constitution only removes OND. It is now a change. It's not a change. And that clause, you have to be practicing 5 years before 1992, has also been removed. It's purely HND. HND must come, or HD. We have IIJ, International Institute of Journalism, run by AUJ. If you have HD, higher diploma, or you have BSc or Masters in Communication, to be able to contest at the chapel. How many years? You must have spent 5 years in the chapel to contest in the chapel, any position. After you have contested and won in the chapel, and you've run your administration, and you have interest in the State Council, you must have experience for 7 years. And you must abide by this constitution of the union.
Okay.
Apart from that, not about only HND alone. When you are working, they must be deducting your money. There is what we call check-off dues every month. This one is very peculiar with those working with the state government. When they pay salary, they deduct. It's 2% of basic. Yes, to the union's cover. But those in the private, how do they do it? They say the private, you pay 25,000 per year. Apart from that, you must also pay what you call practicing fee for identity card. That is 5,000 naira per year. Before this constitution, before this one, it is 5,000 for 3 years. When this one was amended in 2023, it is now 5,000 naira per year. So that is, how you have the different thing. It is good to be a product of, mass communication is a new world entirely. When we started journalism, I major in print. We use stencils, so print, so do this.
All right, sir.
But now it is online. We are still coming to that.
Yeah, definitely. All right, before we move, because I still have one question before we wrap things up. Let's go straight for this short commercial break, and of course, we'll be back. Welcome back. Still journalists explain this on Nstv right here, and of course don't forget Mr. Wole Shokunbi is still in the studio with us, and of course we are discussing about the Nuj Forthcoming National Delegates Conference, and yes, the matter arising. Of course, before we go on for that commercial break, we're discussing about the Constitution right there. So for so far the amendment of the Constitution.
Yes, the Constitution amendment. As I said, there was one in 1992. We are not privileged to be there because we just joined the union. But there are so many constitutions that have been amended. But this one was amended. The one